Okay. Yikayuh satini, stakatuhan, konalchish hati ade. It's good to see you, all of you. Thank you for coming here. It's Thursday today, April 17th, and I know folks will be kind of trickling in as they start their lunch breaks, but we're going to go ahead and get started. Check in about our schedule. I like to do this each class so we can keep track of how many days we have left. Today's April 17th. Next week we'll have a full week, and then our final class will be Tuesday, April 29th. We're going to wrap up our formal self introduction. If anyone has not yet had a chance to do theirs and wants practice, I've made space and time for you to practice. I'm happy to help. And then we'll go into our warm up. We'll revisit our vocabulary that we started to learn for seal. I have a couple hunting phrases to teach you. And then I'm very excited. My good friend Jeremiah James is a seal hunter from Yakutat. And when I reached out to him about seal hunting, he shared all kinds of photos, videos, and cultural information about hunting seal. And so I'm excited to share that with you as well. Was there anybody else that would like to practice your formal self introduction today? Or do you have questions about them or comments? I was super proud of you guys for performing your formal self introductions. I know we've been working on it for a while, and I'm just amazed at the progress you guys all made in being able to introduce yourselves by uplifting the people you come from. All right, so let's go into our warm up and practice some of the sounds and phrases that you had questions about last Tuesday. The first one is to say thank you, and please feel free to unmute and repeat after me. Gonalchish.
Gunashish.
Good. And one more time. Gonalchish.
Gunashish.
Good. You sound really good.
I've been practicing so much, my kids tell me to stop.
What? Tell them can't stop, won't stop.
Exactly.
Your students are awesome. I'm so glad you guys are joining us. Next one, another phrase people had a question about our way of life. And repeat after me. Hakustiye.
Hakustiye.
This one gets also translated as our culture or our way of life. Again, underlined KU, it will sound like K. And so let's say it again. Hakustiye.
Hakustiye.
Good job. And this is the flyer that someone in class shared about a save the date for the celebration, Hakustiye. This takes place in Carcross this summer, July 24th through July 27th. All are welcome. There's information at the bottom if you're interested. And I'll share these slides at the end of class so everybody has it too. I don't know if I'll attend, if I'll make it over there, but I've always wanted to, so maybe I'll reach out to some friends. Let's revisit some of the X sounds we practiced. So we have a regular X with no special markings on it. We have a pinched X with the apostrophe and an underlined X, which is in the back of your throat. And I have just a couple words. So a regular X, the word for iceberg. And remember that regular X is going to sound like So you're just making a little friction between the top of your mouth and the top of your tongue when it's up here. So repeat after me. Hot.
Hot.
Perfect. An example of a pinched X. When you put a pinched X at the end of a town name or place name, you're saying in that town or at that place. And Anchorage in Tlingit is pronounced Anchich. So if we say in Anchorage, Anchich.
Anchich.
Good. Yep, that's good. It's different from a K sound, so that sounds good. It's really close, and sometimes when learners are just starting, they'll say, oh, I'm just going to make a K sound, but it's a little bit different. So still the friction, but now you're squeezing out the air, making it sound a little snappier. So let's try it again. On chich.
Anchich.
Yeah, that's it. That's the pinched X. This is a third example. There are more X sounds than this, but these are the ones people had questions about. An underlined X is in the back of your throat, and it sounds almost like you're snoring or exasperated. And again, you just make friction in the back of your throat now. So just push your tongue back a little more, the back of your tongue. And repeat after me. Ye chat yati.
Yay, chat yati.
Good job. That's it. Some of our vocab from Tuesday. Seal is tsa.
Sa.
It's for achaw.
Achawu.
Perfect. And its tail flippers, agine.
Agine.
Good. So again, tsa.
Sa.
Achaw.
Achawu.
Okay, good. Agine.
Agine.
Aha. Tsa.
Sa.
Achaw.
Achawu.
Agine.
Agine.
Aha. Good job. If we want to say they have fur, this is a line from Tuesday. The whole thing is hastudau chawuch siti. So let's start with the last two words. Repeat after me. Chawuch siti.
Awuch city.
And the first half, hastudau.
Hastudau.
And the whole line, hastudau chawuch siti.
Hastudau chawuch city.
Good job. About the seal, I have some new vocabulary. First one is about meat, and we're going to talk about hunting and putting up meat today. And so, meat in general on its own is dli.
Li.
When you have a y at the end of a double e, you kind of add like a little stretching sound at the end of it. So just ee is e, but when you add the y at the end, you go e.
Okay.
And so let's do the whole word. Dli.
Li.
Yeah, dli. If we talk about the meat of a specific animal, such as seal or tsa, we also add this suffix at the end, the high tone I, and that lets us know that it's the seal of tsa. So they call this a relational suffix. It just means you're relating the word li to what it belongs to, tsa.
Okay. Kind of like ownership.
Yep, it can mark possession. It can mark something relating to it. There's a wide range of uses for this relational suffix, but possession is one of them. So this term seal meat, tsadli.
Sadly,
Good. Again, tsadli.
sadly.
Mm-hmm. And I love
That
this. Uh-huh.
that L, how do
Mm.
you do that again?
Yeah, so a normal Lingit L is unvoiced.
Mm-hmm.
However, when you have it after a D, it just becomes voiced on its own because of what you do with your throat when you say duh.
Okay.
So it actually sounds like dla.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So the whole word tsadli.
Sadly.
Perfect. And I love this photo that Jeremiah provided me with because you can see how dark the meat is. And on Tuesday, we talked about how iron rich seal meat is. And Shirley shared with us that since seals spend so much time underwater, they have to hold their breath for a long time, but also they do that by being able to store extra oxygen in their meat, in their flesh. And they do this with the nutrient iron. So you can see how nice and iron rich and healthy this dark meat is. So let's do the phrase one more time. Tsadli.
Sadly.
Good. Okay. And so that's meat, seal meat. And I found a few hunting phrases that I think will be good for us to learn. And first, I wanted to share this screenshot of the phrase book, Lingit Class, because they have a nice cultural note. And so, for example, if we're saying we're going to go mountain goat hunting, the way that sounds grammatically is Janwu Ungach tuat. However, in traditional Tlingit culture, it was taboo or bad manners to talk about future plans for hunting animals. Thus, the future in this case is grammatically correct, but may not be socially correct for some elders. So I just wanted to say that so that we have the added cultural note that we don't say, oh, I'm gonna go hunt seal or I'm gonna go hunt mountain goat. Um, just a cultural note. Uh, the images I have today I mentioned are from my friend the hunter Jeremiah James. He's from Yakutat, Alaska. And here he is after he's gone seal hunting and he's taking care of all the meat on the popweed. And Yakutat just has like the best sunsets too and sunrises. Has anyone here been to Yakutat? I love it. It's a village on the coast. They have like beautiful beaches, lots of good food. Okay, so this phrase is they went seal hunting, which is fine to say if they already went. Um, and let's do the whole thing sounds like "ta unawa wukuch." So this last word means they went, and we're talking about one person. That's why I have a little s here for singular and the they. And repeat this word after me. Wukuch.
Wukuch.
Perfect. And then add this word awa. Awa wukuch.
Awa wukuch.
Good job. It means they went. These first two words mean seal hunting. Let's practice these. Tsa tlun.
Sa hun.
Mm-hmm. The pinched L, I'm still working on it myself, but you take a Lingit L, which sounds like,
Okay. Okay.
and then you really squeeze out the bubbles. That's what Shirley always says. I want to hear the bubbles.
I love it.
Yeah, and so main thing is relax your cheeks here and say
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had
So,
to watch a video of somebody on YouTube up close to see what their mouth was doing, and
oh,
that
good.
helped me.
Oh, good. Do you, if you send me that video
I
later,
will. I
yeah.
just looked up, I don't know, I must have just looked up the word, and there was a guy and he was pronouncing it.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
I'll
yeah, I'll
check it
send
out.
it.
Okay, thank you. That would be a good teaching tool for me. But let's try those first two words. Tsatlun.
Sachlun,
Good. Again. Tsatlun.
sachlun,
Mm-hmm. Awewukuch.
awewukuch,
Yeah. Let's try the whole phrase and then I'll show you this video. Tsatlun awewukuch.
sachlun, awewukuch.
Good job. That's it. Let's see which video we have here. Here's Jeremiah taking care of his seal. And he makes quick work of it, does a good job, so.
Down the spine, open it up to the hip, down, tenderloin, forehead, sternum.
If you can't hear, he's kind of talking through his process while he does it. I think this might have been an instructional video.
All done for. How about the rest of that? Let's fluff it.
Pretty good with the knife, huh? He's making quick work of it.
That'll be good.
Nice.
That's a sharp knife.
Yeah. You can tell he knows how to use it too. Cutting through bones is not easy. I've done it for moose ribs when I'm visiting my aunties in Caltech, and definitely takes a sharp knife. So let's practice this phrase: seal hunting, tsatlun.
Sachlun,
Mm-hmm. Awewukuch.
awe, Is it a what or a way?
It's written the way we formally teach that high tone E is eh, but if you hear elders speaking, they actually it sounds more like a w.
Okay.
Yeah. So
A
let's do.
wa wukuch.
Good, you sound good. A w. And one more time, the whole phrase. Sa un w.
Sa hlun a wa wukuch.
Good job. The reason I translate this as a singular they is that that's what you use in Lingit. In English, we would say he went hunting, she went hunting, or a singular they went hunting. In Tlingit, it's always a singular they. So this word vukuch means that one person went hunting. That's not me or you. It's a singular they. So that's why I translate it this way. But yeah, it could mean he, she, or a singular they. Here's a phrase, what did you shoot? Repeat after me. Da sa ia un.
Da sa ia un.
Good. This period in the middle of the word tells us it's a glottal stop that tells us to stop the air. Just like when you say uh-oh, you kind of make a little stop in your throat. And so let's practice just this word. It means you shot it. Ia un.
Ia un.
Good. And the first two words make it a what question. Da sa.
Da sa.
Yeah, so what is it you shot? Da sa ia un.
Da sa ia un.
Good. I shot a seal. Tsa hua un.
Sa hua un.
Good. So in the first one, we're saying you shot it, iya un. This part means you did it, iya. So let's do that one again. Da sa iya un.
Da sa ia un.
Yeah. The second one, we're saying I shot it. So the iya changes to hua. So this is a nice long A. Tsa hua un.
Sa hua un.
Good. I shot a seal. We'll eat seal meat tonight. And the whole thing, yachana tzadli yikach tucha. So let's do this last sound, starting with the underline X. Repeat after me. Cha.
Ba.
That's the to eat. And then this first half of the word, gachtu, means we will. So we will eat. Gachtucha.
Gach tu cha.
Good. Again, gachtucha.
Gach tu cha.
Yeah, we will eat. The thing that you're gonna eat goes before gachtucha. Repeat after me. Tzadli.
Sadli.
Good. And let's put these three together. Tzadli gachtucha.
Sadli. Gach tu cha.
Perfect. These first two words mean this evening. And repeat after me. Yachana.
Yachana.
Good. Tzadli
Sadli.
gachtucha.
Gach tu ha. Gach tu cha.
Good. So let's do it in two parts. Yachana.
Yachana.
Tzadli gachtucha.
Sadli. Gach tu cha.
Good. Are you ready to try the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yachana tzadli gachtucha.
Yachana tzadli. Gach tu cha.
Good. And let's do a breakdown again. Yachana.
Yachana.
Tzadli gachtucha.
Sadli. gachtucha,
Good. Again, tsadli gachtucha.
sadli, gachtucha,
Good. Tsadli.
sadli,
Gachtucha.
gachtucha,
Tsadli gachtucha.
sadli, gachtucha,
Yachana tsadli gachtucha.
yachana, sadli, gachtucha.
Good job. This phrase takes a lot of navigation of where in your mouth you're making the sounds, and you're doing a really good job. You go high tone as well as low tones on the vowels. You have a regular X here, which is at the top of your mouth. Tsa is right here in the front of your mouth. Tli is all up and top. And then you go down into the back of your throat for the gach to cha. So yeah, that's good. Let's try it one more time. Yachana tzadli gach to cha.
Yachana, sadli, gachtucha.
Good. A cultural note that Jeremiah shared with me is that you butcher seal meat on popweed to clean it, to keep it clean and off the rocks and sand. So it's a great spot right in the environment when you get back from your boat trip to clean it right there. It's a good place to do it. Any questions or comments so far? Another note he shared are that seals are cleaned immediately after shooting them in the water and soaked so they have a chance to cool down and the meat will taste good. And so this lets all the blood out, all the guts, they cool down, the meat is immediately taken care of so that you have a nice, nutritious and tasty meat to harvest and eat afterwards. So here's a picture of one of his seals he caught, and he tied it off to a rope and cleaned it up, and it's just staying nice and cool in the ocean water. And yeah, I'll share the slides with you. What questions or comments do you guys have? If not, we still have time. So if you think of questions, go ahead. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and practice our vocab again.
Hey, Anna, I was just going to share that at the Kasan's winter culture camp this year,
Mm. Uh-huh.
um, they 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 did a seal hunt and a sea lion hunt,
Oh,
and
nice.
then they had Rob Canine. He's a works for an organization called Native. It's all about indigenous foods. He's actually cooking for the Tlingit and Haida um, convention that's going on right now.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
but it was like the first time even that in the community that they had done a hunt like that um, together. It was the
Mm-hmm.
first time they had hunted a sea lion. People had, trying it for the first time. So they, yeah, it was really pretty special to be a part of that,
Oh,
um,
awesome.
to witness kind of all of the steps. And then uh, they're doing they got a grant through the Alaska Arts
Oh, cool.
Council, um, that is kind of supporting the whole process of, harvesting and then tanning the hides and doing skin sewing and things like that. Um,
Oh,
so,
awesome. Thank you, Gunalchish. What did it? Rob Kineen. How do you spell his last name?
you need Kineen.
Okay.
Yeah, he's clean cut. His family's from Petersburg.
Oh. What kind of things did he share with you guys? Did he talk about the harvest or nutrients or things like that?
No, no, he didn't. Um, I guess I didn't hear a lot of that part where he talked about the nutritional aspects of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mean, they partnered with the school district, and so each day they had the kids were there, and the kids who were able to actually went out on the hunt with them, and everyone got to watch while they processed it and talk through. I didn't wasn't that close, in proximity when they were doing all of that. So I'm sure
Yeah.
they shared a lot more with the people who were directly there. It was-
Oh, nice. Did they do seal and sea lion, you said?
Yeah, and they harvested a river otter. I think they got a river otter while they were out there too. And they ended up, yeah, they got
Oh,
one
you're
sea
not muted,
lion
but your
and
audio cut out.
oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay, okay, good. Um, they uh let's see, they hunted on 2 different days. I think they
Oh,
got a
shucks, it
seal
cut
and
out again. Oh,
my
it's my
internet.
internet connection. One sec, let me fix this.
Okay.
When my Wi-Fi gets spotty, I just switch. Okay, we're good now.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, so I was just saying that they did they did hunts the first 2 days of camp.
Mm.
And they got a couple seal and a river otter on
Oh,
day one,
cool.
and then they got a couple more seal and sea lion on day two. Um, yeah, it's pretty.
Were you able to try any of the meat?
Yes, it's so good. It's
Yeah.
yeah, just made me wish that we could eat like that every day because you know, it was the way that they were preparing the food and the things that they were providing. It was just like felt so good at the end of every day. It was funny. Rob was talking about when they were getting, doing all the planning. Um,
Mm.
and once people got there, they're like asking about like, where's the fry bread and where's the, mayonnaise on this and mayonnaise on that. And he's like, nope, that's not how I roll.
Yeah.
And so it was really, it was really cool to see that he was like, no, this is what we're doing. Like this is, we're going as traditional as possible and integrating other, not just Alaska Native um, traditional foods, but it was pretty, yeah, it was pretty cool.
Mm. Oh, awesome. I quite like sea lion as well. Maybe we'll do that animal in one of our future classes, but I have a friend who's a hunter in, or used to be in Angoon, and they made sea lion dry meat and also sausage. And boy, that was good. I feel like I should take you guys to Jeremiah's Instagram page because I want to show you. He's also a skin sewer, so I want to show you some of his work. One moment, let me pull it up here. Does that summer camp in Kasan happen every summer, or is it not the first one?
This was actually their first winter camp that they've done. It was in March. Um, and then they did one in the summer. And that they're starting to do more and more. It's becoming quite the place. So I'll keep you posted on events happening. They do fish camp the first week of July, and then they'll have another camp later in the summer or early fall.
Mm.
So
Oh, cool. Okay. Oh, goodness, cheese for sharing. That's awesome. Um, it's so good too for kids to be able to participate that and learn our cultures. This is Jeremiah's Instagram, which he has a lot of photos of not just his seal harvests, but also of how he makes use of their furs. And he uses seal as well as sea otter. And these are some of his works, which are fun. Some of the things he makes.
How do you say beautiful?
Oh, beautiful. When you're talking about a person, you would say shakli. Let's do that. Let's do beautiful. Let me spell check. Oh, this is a good book too. Let me take you to the dictionary and search. Oops. So beautiful. If you're using beautiful as a descriptive word, as an adjective after something, after the word you're saying can be, repeat after me, kadan.
The dawn.
Mm-hmm. So postnominal adjective, it appears immediately after the noun it modifies. So let's use that one too.
So that's not a person.
Yeah, this would be like a thing.
Uh-huh.
Oops. So if you wanted to say a beautiful hat, you would put the word for hat here and find hat, umbrella. Oh yeah, it's let me see if I have hat on its own. Let me shortcut. Oh, English. So I'm going to look at the English word hat to look it up in the dictionary. And here are some options. So we'll go with this word's auch. There's also, let me see, it's auch kanaga, hat from weaving, fringe at the hem of a hat, woven root hat. I think I would use that's what we use in the language nest for kids, like just generally, put your hat on. So, a person is beautiful. Repeat after me. Shakliqay.
Shakligay.
Good. Let's start at the end with the underlined G. Repeat after me. Qay.
Gay.
And this first part is shakli.
Shakli.
Shakliqay.
Shakligay.
Yeah. Or if we're talking about a hat or a thing, we can add this this word, this adjective, kadan.
Kadan.
A hat is you're gonna have a rounded X, so at the end it'll sound like you're gonna round your lips, and you start with a pinched S. So repeat after me. Good. Again.
Oh. Sao. Oh.
Good.
It's hard. No, I can't do it.
You're close.
No, that X in the middle is tricky too.
Yeah. Let's try it starting with the A.
Uh-huh.
Repeat and just all you do is round your lips when you breathe out the X. So instead of
Okay.
it'll sound
Yeah.
like the wind
Okay.
blowing. Yeah. Let's start with the A. Ah.
Oh,
There you go. Again.
okay.
Ah. Ah.
Oh,
Good. And then start with the pinched S. Ah.
oh.
It's tricky because you're pinching the S at the front of your mouth and blowing out the
Mm-hmm.
air, and then you round your lips after that for the XW.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a lot of thinking, this language.
Yeah. And it's very specific. There's a lot of sounds. And so, because of that, you're able to describe things very specifically, which I always think about it as like Alaskan lands are, they're hard to survive on, or they used to be. And I just feel like the way my grandma would always talk about things were very specific. And I think it was helpful for our ancestors to have very specific ways of talking about things.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do just this word. Repeat after me. Kadan.
Kadan.
And then the whole phrase. Ts'ach. Kadan.
Kadan.
Yeah. Beautiful hat. Any other questions?
I was just thinking, since you said specific words for specific things, it made me think of snow. And I've always heard that snow has a lot of words because of the different crystals and different
Yeah. Let me go to
ways
snow.
it presents.
Yeah, I heard that in Yupik there's like, I can't remember what they said, 100 ways or something.
Yeah, that's probably what I've heard.
The ones I know, mostly I know late. Let's see if they have more listed in the dictionary. Go down to snow. Shovel. So the slush would be this word. Let's try kaklahin.
Kaklahin.
Mm-hmm.
Kak. Is it that L a silent L or an unvoiced?
Unvoiced, yeah.
Okay.
So, mm-hmm. And so let's start with just the K-A-K, kuk,
Kak.
and the second half, llahin.
Kaklahin.
Good. Again, kaklahin.
Kaklahin.
Good. Slush, slush ice, loose snow or ice on top of water, such as on a river or lake. And we have, yeah, quite
Yeah.
a quite a, quite a
Uh-huh.
list. So the most common one I hear all the time is late.
And isn't late the beginning of our introductions?
Mm-hmm. So late gets used snow. Late gets used for the color white. And when you say this phrase, late yachyati, what you're saying is it's like snow. And
Uh-huh.
in Tlingit, that's how you say the color white.
Okay.
So if you're talking about the English language or you'd start with late ka, and that means white man or white person.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're saying in English, late ka, reinach, English is saying in English. And re is the word for mouth, and the suffix nach means through it. So through the mouth of the white man is how our ancestors talked about the English language.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's practice these. Snow late.
Late.
Mm-hmm. The color white. Late yach yati.
Late yach yati.
Good. White man. Late ka.
Late ka.
Good. And then in English. Late ka reinach.
Late ka chinach.
Good. That's it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Trying to see if there's other ones that I've used before. Snowball. Oh, here's powder snow blown in the wind. And this has this descriptive word, kadanjayi. So let's practice this one, starting with the J, jayi.
Jayi.
And then the whole word, kadanjayi.
Kadanjayi.
Yeah. And then powder snow, dleit kadanjayi.
Late kadanjayi.
Good. In the dictionary, since one of my goals is to familiarize you guys with the dictionary and the resources and how to use them. If you see a capital letter in parentheses, that's indicating a place where you would use that phrase. And so the capital T is Teslin in Canada.
Huh.
Yeah. Let's try this one. It looks nice and challenging. Snow crust. Start with just the N. Okay, so initially as a learner, I'm looking at this like, woof, that's going to be a challenge. And the way I navigate new challenging words for me is I start at the very end and then work my way forward. So let's do just this last sound. Repeat after me. Ge. Again, ge.
Yeah.
And we're going to do two types of X's right next to each other. The best way to do this is separate them by syllables. So let's do just this TL pinched, high tone I, X. Ich.
Ich.
Good. Again, ich.
Ich.
And then just relax and then say this next sound. Che.
Eh.
Good. First part again. Click.
Ich.
And then let's do this. Let's do them together. Click. Che.
Oh boy.
You got it.
Uh,
I'll do
yeah,
it.
do it
I'll do it again.
again.
Okay. Click. Che.
Okay.
Yeah. One piece of advice I'll give when you have two types of X's together,
Yeah.
with each one a puff of air comes out. And so in the first one you're pushing the air out quickly at the top of your mouth.
Uh-huh.
And when that air leaves your mouth, then just like if you have to take a breath and then move your muscles to the back of your throat.
I'm having trouble with the K though at the beginning and
Oh yeah.
that
Yeah. Okay.
it doesn't sound like you're saying all those letters.
Yeah. No, we're just starting with the last two syllables, but we
Oh,
can
okay, got it.
yeah. So let's do just those, starting with this TL.
Okay.
Yeah. Ik, ge.
Schlich.
Good, that's it. So that little navigation you do from the top of your mouth, pushing out the air, to the back of your throat, and just
Huh?
gently breathing out the air. That's all it is. That's like the finesse that it takes. So add the K at the front and say kat ik ge.
Schlich.
Good, that's it. And so, snow crust or snow crust, tleit katlikchi.
Late. Kalt ich. Okay, there's that just a chi on the end. Okay,
That's, yeah.
got it. Late katlich chi.
Good job. That's it.
I had to breathe.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it takes.
Yeah, that's how I had to break up Gunal Shish because I had to like break up those sounds. Gunal Gunash Gunash. And then I got to think about the espresso sound or whatever instead of the making it the looking at an L makes me think of an L.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to like, yeah, think.
Mm-hmm. You're doing really good. And that's perfect. When you stop and take a breath, it helps you slow down. And
Mm-hmm.
when you listen to elders speak, they're not rushing through their words anyway. And
Yeah.
so slowing down, taking a breath, it helps you stop from being tense.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Because
Yeah.
you're breathing.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, breathing is a big part of me for teaching, learning
Mm.
words, public speaking.
Yep, that's what I teach my students too about, the brain stem. If you don't have enough oxygen in your brain, you're probably going to go into fight or flight.
Yep. Yeah. I still do it when, like, if I'm reading a word, like if Shirley and I are working on something together, I'll come to a word like this and I'm like, oh, I gotta take a breath.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shoot, we're out of time, but this ended up being fun. Thanks for your questions. It made for nice discussion and practice. And I'll see you guys here next week on Tuesday.
Goodness,
Good.
sheesh.
Have a great day.
Johan so konachi. Have a good day.
Sheesh.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. I'll I'll be traveling next week, so I won't see you till the week after, but for our last class. Have a good day.
Okay, have safe travels. Thank you.
Thank you.